Hey everybody, Omar here, the Knife Shark Guy, and I am back with another knife video for you. And as promised, as in the other video, I told you I had two knives for you today. And this knife that I'm going to bring out in a few minutes will be the second piece. But I do want to emphasize that I forgot to do size comparisons for the JD Van Deventer piece. So let me just do that right now and get it out of the way. So here's the JD Van Deventer piece. I've got a couple of knives here to do some size comparisons on it, and then we're going to get right into the new knife that I have to show you, because that one's really crazy. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the JD Van Deventer Palladium Flipper in the video you saw earlier. So let's do some size comparisons. This is the Spyderco Swish Bowie. Very, very popular piece of Spyderco, very sought-after piece. It's now discontinued. Too bad, because it's just probably one of the most perfect knives ever made. Mine is anodized in blue, and I also got it anodized in gold on the other side there. So just wanted to show that off to you real quick. So there's the Spyderco Swish Bowie up against the JD Van Deventer piece in the video you saw before. Let's go ahead and put it up against a smaller knife. How about the ZT-900? Let's move everything down so we can see. Maybe center it more. So there you go. Yeah, ZT-900. How about, let's see for fun. Numzon, again, mine's anodized. As you can see, the Numzon's probably maybe a wee bit bigger, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, the Numzon is probably like a wee bit bigger, but probably not by much. Let us check out one of the more famous Chris Reeve pieces. How about the Sebenza 21? Okay, so there you go. Gives you a little idea of the size you're looking at. And finally, how about we do one last one on this for size comparison. Then I'll get right into the new knife. Get into that one. Let's pull out Chris Reeve and Cosi, and then we'll move on. So there you go. Chris Reeve and Cosi. So there you have it. Size comparison for the JD Van Deventer piece. So as you can see, this knife is actually a full-size 3.5-inch knife. It's a large knife. The Inkosi being a little bit bigger at 3.6 inches. Yeah. So there you have it. So now we're going to get into the new knife that I got. So let's go ahead and get into that, because I only did that because I missed it in the last video, and I wanted to do that real quickly for you. So here we have it. This is the second new knife that I've gotten since I had gone on my knife buying hiatus. This is the Willem Steenkamp. One of a hand. I don't know why I keep saying that. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind piece by Willem Steenkamp. The name of the knife is called EDC-TI, TI for titanium, with natural canvas micarta all the way around. Again, just like the JD Van Deventer piece, just one material on the entire knife. There's not like a multiple of materials. There's not like Damascus back spacers and Damasteel and all that, you know, blue marble carbon fiber with the, you know, Damascus blue bolsters or Damascus red bolsters, whatever. This is just a perfect example of another custom knife where less is more. Minimalistic is actually more. You get to enjoy, your eyes get to feast on just looking at one material all in one shot. And that one material, the design is very well concentrated on. So as you can see on this knife, it's kind of got like that kind of cool little, I don't know, honeycomb look to it, maybe, if you get up there kind of close. The knife kind of reminds me of something from the 1970s. This color always pops in my mind as like 1970, 73, 72, somewhere around there. You know, just I've seen sweaters as a kid with this color on it. It's just sort of like a nostalgic type of a look, and this is the kind that I kind of go for because I'm an old guy at the age of 52. The blade style is a drop point blade style. The steel, again, like the J.D. Van Deventer piece, M390. Beautiful super steel piece. The knife is very, very smooth. It runs on tool steel ball bearings, not ceramic, but still incredibly very smooth. So just really smooth. The backspacer made of the same material, again, all one material, everything, all natural micarta, canvas micarta on the backspacer. Really very pretty. The backspacers always catch my eye on all these knives. There's an Arucus Bloomerous piece I've got with a Damascus, or not Damascus, but a carbon fiber backspacer. That really blew me away. I thought that was crazy. Again, good color choice for the titanium pocket clip, all gold. Bolster, again, all gold. Just really great color. Again, it's got really snappy action. Specs on this one, the blade length is 3.25, so it's basically a medium to small size knife. We're going to do size comparisons again in a minute. Cutting length is 3 inches, so basically probably from about here all the way down to about the back of the knife right there is about 3-inch cutting. It's about 3 inches of cutting right there. So the total length of the knife is 7.75 inches. At the heel, it's 1.14. And then near the bolster, again, in this point here near the bolster, it's 0.14 inches in thickness, and then as you go down midpoint, it goes down to about 0.13, and then as you get down to the tip, you're looking at 0.5. So the knife weighs roughly about 4.6 ounces. So unlike the J.D. Van Deventer piece that I showed you earlier, which was light as a feather, this one's got some weight to it. So it's 4.6 ounces. Really very pretty. So let's go ahead and do some size comparisons on the knife. Actually, before I do that, I wanted to show you. This knife actually comes with the certificate of authenticity from the maker himself. So there you go. You can see that. There's the model of the knife right there. The blade, the material that it's made out of, just all natural, canvas micarta, the pivot collars, the date that the knife was made, and then, of course, Willem Steenkamp signature. This is always very important to get for most of you custom knife makers out there. You're going to want this in most cases, simply because maybe in the future you might want to sell it. You're going to need a certificate of authenticity that explains that this knife is made by the actual maker himself. So the certificate of authenticity is really very important. In my case, it's not that important, at least as long as I live here in Washington, because I've got the blade gallery to confirm that the knife was made by the person that they say it's made by. So the blade gallery speaks for itself. And of course, they do their own certificate of authenticity, which I actually call as more of an information card, to describe the knife in detail. Daniel O'Malley down there at the Blade Gallery, aka Epicurean Edge, he does this for each and every knife that's in his shop, so you don't have to, if you do decide to sell it in the future, at least you have some record of what the knife is made from and who came from and all that, so on and so forth. So that's kind of a fun thing to have. But definitely, if you don't have a knife store near you, which a lot of you guys don't, you're going to want to have the certificate of authenticity to accentuate where the knife came from. So let's go ahead and get back into the size comparisons. So this is the ZT-0900 once again. Okay, like I said, it's a medium-sized knife. This would be considered a small-sized knife. And then we've got it up against the Spyderco Swiss Bowie, which is a wee bit bigger than the Willem Steenkamp piece. So this knife here is roughly about 3.4 inches in blade length. Again, this is 3.2. So yeah, there you go, right there. And for fun again, how about Sebenza 25? Discontinued, long gone. Mine's anodized in blue and gold. Okay, so there you have that. And then, because it's such a popular knife and a lot of people have it in their collections, Sebenza 21. Which is not a Sebenza 31, because this knife is not discontinued. They don't make this anymore. You can't buy one of these on the Chris Reeve website. Probably just eBay or probably Blade Forums or what have you. So there you go. Those are the size comparisons. So yeah, Willem Steenkamp, really just a great knife maker overall. This is not my only Willem Steenkamp piece. I do have another knife from him, this little teeny tiny front flipper marble carbon fiber piece. I thought I desperately wanted like a larger Steenkamp knife because I've had this one for so long and I don't have like a normal size knife from him, so I thought getting this would be complete that process. So, you know, when you're a knife collector, you know, collect the way you like. And I actually do collect this way, large and small, large and small for each knife maker, because I want an example of everything that the knife maker does. You know, like if I could afford it, yeah, I'd get like a Damascus full dress piece from the knife maker too, you know, do that whole jazz. So your knife collection can be whatever you want it to be, and this is how I like to collect. So it makes it more fun, makes it more interesting, and you know, you're gonna want to try to do stuff that's different. So there you have it. So there you go, the Willem Steenkamp all natural canvas micarta piece in M390. Again, handmade and one of a kind, so you will never see another one like it again. I like to say this, probably. I'm still going to say probably. I mean, they tell me it's one of a kind handmade, but unless the knife maker is going to contact me and go, yeah, Omar, I promise I'll never make that knife ever again, you don't know. I mean, I don't know how they keep track of these knives that they say are one of a kind handmade. So unless they've got like pictures and they're kind of like looking up on a wall going, okay, I've made that one already, so I can't do that. Which is probably why one of a kind handmade pieces are, you know, I don't want to say they're fairly expensive, but you know, whatever. So the price of this knife came to me at around, I'm going to say it's $760, and again, it depends on the materials the knife is made from and the steel. I forgot to mention that steel also plays point into the price of the knife. I mean, if this knife, like I said, I got this knife for $760. If this knife had N60 on it, it would probably be not like $760, but it would be more maybe more like $535, depending on what the set price for a natural canvas micarta is. And that's basically how they work out the pricing. So it's a matter of three factors: the amount of time that the knife maker puts into making the knife, that's one that affects the price. Two, is it a one-of-a-kind handmade piece? You know, and what's the steel on it would be the third thing. What's the steel made on it? Again, keep in mind, if the knife comes from a very, very popular knife maker, like say Andre Thorburn, and he makes a one-of-a-kind handmade piece, that knife's going to shoot all the way up there. We're talking like maybe even $1,400, $1,500, especially if it's got Damascus and, you know, if it's got like Damascus bolsters and Timascus backspacers, and it's a full dress piece with, you know, his famous liners that are all like hand hand carved, or whatever it is that he does on that, that's going to shoot the price way up, because that's actually being done by the maker who made the knife. So this is basically the market for custom knives. You're buying not just the knife, but you're buying the artistry of the gentleman that made the knife. We have to keep that in mind if you're going to get into customs. So a lot of people say, well, you're basically buying the maker. That's true in some cases, in my opinion. Everything I say on this channel is my opinion. That's true in a lot of cases. You are buying the maker, but still, don't forget the materials that the knife is made from, so on and so forth, and, that still, plays out really well in the price of the knife. So there you have it. So there we are. I just did 2 knife videos for you. I hope you get a chance to look at these, enjoy them. Please comment below. Sorry about my rambling, but keep in mind I am a passionate knife collector, and I'm sure many of you guys are too. Again, if you do like my style, mention me to your friends. I'd love to have more people, join my channel. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to ever make money from this channel. I just do this to kind of, I guess, let off steam and share, because, I work in an office and I still have a beautiful knife like this in my pocket. I can't pull it out. Nobody cares. So I have to vent and bother you guys for some input and some sharing and say, hey, look what I got. I'm so happy. I want you guys to be happy about what I have too. So, I'm not, an educator of knives or anything like that. I'm just a guy that collects, and it's basically what I'm into. I'm hoping you guys are also. I will be, until I get another knife, I'm going to try and pull out my customs and do different videos on different topics and so on and so forth. If I can certainly think of some. If any of you guys out there, if any people that are subscribed to my channel have any ideas for, what I could do until I get another knife, please do. I'd love to hear your ideas on what I could do on my channel, as far as topics and what we can talk about. Because this is going to be a never-ending hobby for me. I'm going to keep getting knives. I'm going to keep on buying them and, discussing them and trying to educate myself, and as well as maybe help other people learn more about knives, particularly custom knives. So this is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy. Again, I've rambled on long enough. I've had people complain about that, so I'm going to stop right here. This is Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off, hoping you'll find this beautiful, one-of-a-kind, handmade, something like it, piece of sharp art in your collection. This is really an experience you must have. That fall shut experience is really what everybody falls for, and I definitely fall for that. So Omar, the Knife Shark Guy, signing off. Have a good evening and enjoy your happy knife hunting. Have a good night.